What is going on, my Commonwealth dwellers? Rhymestyle here, and today I want to show you the perfect sneak build in Fallout 4 and kind of do a part 2 to my initial video that I made a couple weeks ago. Now, before I start, I do want to point out, yes, I know my light was on in my original video, and that's mostly because I didn't mean to show off that build, but then I kind of ended up doing it in the spur of the moment, and I forgot to turn it off the whole time. And a lot of people decided to point out that my light was on. I get it, my light was on. I know it's not how you sneak, but that's beside the point. The whole point of that video was to kind of show off where I was going with that character. And this video will probably be more of a better breakdown of the perfect sneak build in this game. Now, this character himself is near perfect, and I say near perfect because I need 2 more perks to max him out. But other than that, this is essentially what you want to go for when you play this game. So the way I'm going to break this down is going to be in 3 parts. Part 1 is going to be the armor that I'm wearing, part 2 is going to be the weapons, and then part 3, of course, is going to be the perks. So without further ado, let's break this character down. So first things first, when I crouch, you notice that I'm invisible, and that's due to the chameleon armor that I found early in the game, actually. I was lucky enough to find 1, but I'm not just using 1, folks. I'm using 2, and yes, to answer your question, if you have multiple pieces, they do stack. If you want to see a video breaking that down, I will link it in the description below, so check that out as well. But as of right now, I have 2 pieces, and I'm hoping to get more if I get lucky enough to come across more legendary monsters or enemies that end up dropping it. Now, the best tip I have to get legendary enemies to spawn is to play on hard difficulty. I found that playing on very hard is probably the best way without going insane. I mean, I haven't played survival yet, but I do know on very hard they do spawn pretty frequently. And if you get lucky enough, you can come across chameleon pieces of armor fairly easier than on obviously normal or easy. So that's the first tip I can give you. But as of right now, I am using 2 pieces, and for my rest of my armor, I have +1 agility perception, +1 agility perception because agility does affect your sneak, and my final piece is +1 in strength and endurance. Now, this I can change out for anything, but I'm kind of wearing this just because it was the best thing I could come across in the meantime. But if I find something better, then I'll wear that. But really, the most important pieces are these 2, followed by the agility boost from the right arm and the chest. Now, the next part is going to be the weapons that I use, and I've actually switched over to using really only 2 guns. This pistol, which you actually get from the first mission on the railroad when you come across the Freedom Trail. As you can see, I actually forget what it was called, but I renamed it to the Whisper because that's the name of my character that I chose for that faction. And the second weapon I use is the 50 caliber sniper rifle, recon sniper rifle with a suppressor. Pretty much, if I see something in the distance, I'll bust this out and pretty much destroy anything I see. And if I'm close, which most of the time I'm sticking to, close combat, I'm using the Whisper, which, can take out pretty much anything. The advantage of using the Whisper is the fact that it uses just 10mm ammo, which is pretty common in the Commonwealth. So I recommend you find some kind of pistol you're comfortable with. Now, I do use a kneecapper pistol, which I got early on in the game as well, only when I need to. If I come across a Deathclaw, which if you can come across a Deathclaw, be ready to die, especially if you're a sneak build character. I kind of rely on using this to kind of take out the legs and then not take my time killing them with X amount of shots. But for the most part, I stick to using the Whisper and the recon sniper rifle. The Whisper actually is pretty powerful enough, and I think I always get a one-shot kill at anything I come across in the Wasteland, and this is basically the most important weapon I use. But I also get a lot of sneak bonuses from being a sneak build character, and that's kind of like what makes my character so powerful as opposed to, the average run and gun style character that other people might use in a game. Now, obviously, to be a sneak character, it takes more than just equipment, and obviously the most important part is the perfect perks. Now, the best tip I will tell you for your perks is save them all. Just because you level up doesn't necessarily mean that you have to waste it in something that you'll probably never ever use later in the game. Now, specifically, the most important ones for a sneak build character obviously is max out your agility because it does affect your sneak, followed by Gunslinger, which is the new one I'm using. This build I have is not perfect, but it's basically going to be perfect pretty soon. The only thing I need to do for it is kind of max this out in 3 more levels, and once I do, I'm pretty much going to be unstoppable with my handgun. But that's definitely something you want to do. But also, if you do feel comfortable using other guns like rifles or whatever, then pick the right perk that increases certain weapons like melee weapons, rifles, or whatever. But for me, I found the Gunslinger perk the best one, I should say, to use with this build. Obviously, you want to max out sneak, so get that all the way up to show you the different levels. It goes from 20% harder being caught, 30%, 40%, 50%, and then the best part is when you max it out, when you go in stealth mode, anybody that might be chasing you will instantly lose you in the trail. So definitely want to max it out as soon as possible. Also, do not use companions. I mean, you can use Dogmeat if you want, but obviously using a companion is more of a liability. They will find you easily, enemies will find you easily if they come across you. So I recommend you ditch the enemies, ditch the companions like Dogmeat or whatever, and invest in a Lone Wanderer. Lone Wanderer will not only increase your carry capacity, but it will also let you do more damage, you'll take less damage as well and all that good stuff. So Lone Wanderer is obviously going to be the next one I recommend you invest in. Obviously, if you're going to be playing as a sneak character, you want to invest in Mr. Sandman. Pretty much anything on this list that increases your sneak damage is what you want to go for. And when you max out Mr. Sandman, not only can you kill anything that's sleeping, you also get a sneak bonus for any kind of damage you do while you're crouching. When you max it out, you do 50% damage, which is quite the boost for any weapon that you use that's sneak worthy. So definitely max that out. Now, although this isn't necessarily related to sneak, I do always recommend that you max out strong back because it does help you a lot. It increases your carry capacity by 25, 50. It lets you run while you're over encumbered, and then finally you can actually fast travel over encumbered. And if you've been playing this game, you probably understand how often that happens. So definitely invest that. Has nothing to do with sneak, but I'll always recommend you invest that and max that out as soon as you can. Next one, of course, you want to invest is in Ninja. It goes from increasing your damage by 2.5 times, 3 times, and then 3.5 times. Basically, it increases all the damage. Again, anything that does extra sneak damage on this perk list, you want to invest in. And I believe this is the last one that I have invested in that's most important. So to cover that again, you want to do Gunslinger, max out agility, max out sneak, Mr. Sandman, and finally, Ninja. Now, also as a bonus, you probably noticed that I have night vision on when I'm crouched. As you can see, look at that. It becomes a lot easier to see. And that's actually due to, let me go back to the perk chart. That is actually due to the vampire perk chart, the vampire perk that I picked up right here. This one, Night Person, that's what it is. And what it does is it increases your intelligence by 2 and perception by 2 between the hours of 6 and 6. And the final time you increase it, it increases it by 3. And when you sneak, you get night vision. Now, again, it's not necessarily important, but it does kind of help out when you're sneaking at night. And then if you're in those dark areas, if you can't really see, I definitely find it a lot more useful than not useful. So definitely recommend that as well. But that's basically my sneak build character. And now I'm actually going to go show you off this build in action without my light on like I did in my initial video. So we'll be right back. Let's go find some enemies and I'm going to show you how useful this build actually is. Alright, here we go. Let's take out this raider base without getting caught. Let's see if I can get... Damn, the light's in my way. Let's do... This should be it. Bam! He's out. So look at that. We have caution because obviously they heard something's going on, but they have no clue where I'm at. Let's get even closer and take out more of these raiders. Oh, there's a turret. Let's take out this turret. One shot. Bam! Kabloom! It is gone. See, the bread and butter of this build... Oh, they're shooting. They're getting nervous. They're getting nervous. Let's do a quick critical shot, and he is about to be... Come on, do it. Fire the second one. Out. There it is. Still don't know where I'm at. They're kind of just shooting in panic. The bread and butter of this weapon or this build is the fact that you become a lot more powerful. Take him out. Still can't even see. I walked right past him, he couldn't see me. Take him out. This one's a little bit more away, and I'm getting the bonuses. Oh, I'm caught. So let me actually show you the cool ability with this. So when I am back to... Let's run away for a second. Let's go over here for a second. There we go. Look at that. Caution. We are now invisible again just because of the final sneak perk. And again, that's one of the great parts about this build. So there you have it. That's pretty much it. Again, if you have any questions about it, feel free to drop me a comment below or anything. Maybe I can help out with anything else. If you have any other tips that could help with this build even more, feel free to drop a comment below. But other than that, I hope this actually helps out. If it does, make sure to leave a like right below and all that good stuff. Anyways, my name is Rhymestyle. Hope you guys enjoy, and I will see all you amazing people in the comment section below. Peace.